Welcome to the setup. I'm Roger. On my left is Chris. On my right is Lando. He's a director, he's a BTA specialist, and I'm the financial bear. So we're going to talk about starting your journey. Whether we're talking photography, videography. In any journey, we have to start with, where do I begin? So the first question we're going to ask, it's a very important question, is what is a beginner? Where do we begin from? So we're going to start with Lando to our right. Lando.
A beginner is someone that is interested in doing videography and they want directions on where to go next.
So what that mean exactly?
Kind of
That sound like that doesn't sound like you make it. No, see, a beginner is somebody who want to turn it from a hobby to business.
Or
So them one can be professional, them one go on that journey.
it would not be amateur. Amateur trying to be professional. We're talking about beginning.
Yes, but
so we're talking about, let us start with the cell phone. Let us start with the cell phone.
Yeah.
Can you start with the cell phone? And we don't mean an iPhone, we mean the basic phone. Can you start your journey in videography? We're talking about event photography, we're talking about item photography, we're talking about business, we're talking about weddings with a cell phone or a tablet. Can you start with that?
So, I understand. Is it a case where you think a beginner will be making money as they start?
We're beginning. The artist come before the business.
Then of course they can start with a phone.
So what would you recommend to start with?
No, but that no sound. We'll never expand it that.
Then,
No, but we're up in a roadblock in them, and just go one part and go and stop, and the phone can only go to a certain level and stop.
and then they would see the need to, alright, we need to invest in our camera.
Yeah.
But suppose the phone I do what it's supposed to do. If you can't afford it, suppose we're starting from the basic. You have a phone, you're getting the use of it, and you start the family things, and other people, neighbors start asking to take pictures.
Of
What
course it
can-
can use, but it
can
can translate fast more than social media and WhatsApp.
But
Social
that's
media-
where a lot of people doing them stuff. A lot of businesses have most of them promotion in social media style content, right? A lot of entertainment persons, a lot of food-based industry businesses, a lot of businesses targeting social media. Everybody on social media, so would the right of the phone, it just depends on what they're doing. But if they're using phone, it's not limited to just taking a picture or video. They have to know the other things that can give them a good quality image.
What's the best you can get out of a phone?
All right. First thing.
We're talking about photography
No,
first,
man,
and then
hold
we'll
on.
go to video.
Hold on,
What's
man.
the best you
Hold
can?
on. Good lighting make a cheap camera look good.
I agree.
So, if you're in a good lighting situation, a phone can look good. But how much people know how to get in a good lighting
Exactly.
situation? But sometimes they're in a situation with this is dark, we have high dynamic range, all kind of stuff. So lighting, if a good lighting, they can use a phone. If you're in one place that's well lit, if you go out, if you can catch golden hour, it's well lit.
Let us just be honest. We're talking about lit lighting. To start, what lighting would you recommend? Daylight, buying, set up ring light. What lighting would you recommend you
The
start
best time
working?
when
You
the
think say
sun.
if master sun, master the daylight first, master that.
Well, for me with lighting, like the best time just hours before the sunset and hours after the sunrise.
Yeah,
I think those times are the best
at
time.
this time.
Like what time is that?
Like
Let us
like
say
about
Like-
maybe 2-3 o'clock
till when?
till about maybe 6. You don't want to like
you
a
can
diminish
do
with them.
the reverse where it'll be like 5 to 6:30.
In the morning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So people are wake up in the morning and take photography, video in the morning.
Well, if you don't have the budget, you have to spend something, so you have to spend the time.
Yeah.
You have to work with when the light perfect for you.
So what should you avoid then, as a beginner?
Harsh shadows, harsh light.
Midday.
12 o'clock.
Midday for one. Shade. avoid shade.
What do you mean avoid shade?
Place where you, if you are in the sunlight and the person is in, the subject is in the shadows, like under a tree or under a shade, that them is something where you have to avoid those things.
Yeah, man.
That's something where make you look amateurish.
In terms of shade, like, let's say you're doing an interview and you would have the person in the shade. You might get the person's skin right, but the background going to be blown out.
But we're talking about a beginner. Our interview is more.
No, I understand.
It's more to the professional. I'm talking about getting the best out of the beginning stage.
I really just
A good
explain
start.
the situations to them.
But as a beginner, I don't think you should be on your own as a beginner.
True.
To be honest with you, what you need to find, you need to find somebody in the field. Try even be a little shoppy then or something where you can even look and go on.
Shoppy.
Yeah, man, a little assistant.
Shoppy, what that mean? What that mean?
If you have a five
Shoppy.
subject and turn shoppy.
What
No,
that
but
mean?
listen, all you gonna learn.
Me
Oh,
with
yeah,
my
but
iPhone
learn.
15
So
to turn
when
shopping.
the man go send you go shopping, when the man go
A
send you
fool
go
let
shopping,
take me for?
no, but we send you go shopping.
Why me as
And
a
you come
beginner?
back. No, but in the in between time you pay for it. After you don't go shop and you sit and you set up the shop and you say, oh, this work then, and that works, and that not working, and then something. Instead you take 2 years to learn something, you can learn it in 2 weeks. Why not be a shopper for 6 months?
But all you find,
The persons for that.
yeah.
How
Well,
we-
I have answers for it still, but what do you think?
Well, personal and business, most people don't like help young youth when they start. Most times. You have to really carry something to the table. Maybe you have a lighting or you have something with them can use. You know what I'm saying? Or you do like Orlando is like a BTS specialist, you know, so well, you hold the camera
Stop
and get
try
some
promote
BTS.
people in my lane.
Yeah,
I take this
but,
thing for. I take this
Point
thing for.
taken, but you have to do something where them not doing and set. So if you have
Yeah.
so what them feel are necessary, them not gonna really make a come up and set to help them. Cause even if you're a group for them not gonna, them not gonna make a sit down much for the lighting decision they're gonna make made and which light they're gonna use and them not give them.
Alright, so the easiest way is asking people what you know. A lot of times there are persons within our circle, but because we never inquire, we just wouldn't know that information. So ask family, ask friends if they know anyone that does videography, that does photography, and then get the contact from there or let them do an introduction, and then you can move from there. That's one way. A next way that I think is you have film festival, right? You have film festival. You have things like that. You have groups. You have on Facebook and so forth. I think joining those things and following up on projects. Sometimes they have open projects or they have collaborative projects in those groups where you can find yourself on those sets. You can interact with people, and that's where you can meet some of them in person. You might get some personality from you and say, hey, you know, I like your vibe, I like your energy, I like your creativity. We'll have some shoots at this time. See if you can come and so forth.
Good question, but how do you know you're not gonna be used? How do you know this is the correct situation? You're not gonna learn bad habits. These are things. These are questions that.
The thing with being used is it's like a tricky element. You don't really know if you're going to be used, but you also, if you don't do anything, nothing happens.
But really and truly, if you're not being used, that means you really have no value. Because I'm not saying so so being used is just a rite of passage, you know. But the problem with bad habits, what I'm saying is that people have bad habits, you know, because you see some people and them bad habits, but you need to be not just following one person. You have to try to see, okay, does this translate over here? Does this work in this situation? And then you can say, well, no, this not going to work. Well, that not going to work. You need to have that kind of something.
All right, but what also I can say, other than the alternative for shadowing, can you go to school over it? Can you watch YouTube over it? Can you follow somebody on social media and get tips?
YouTube. YouTube
is it a viable alternative?
There are opportunities that method.
School.
Yeah.
School is good for networking, but it's very expensive.
I agree.
Especially a long term, very expensive.
I would assume you going into this, you want to make money, so to spend money first to make it might look like an obstacle for some people.
Yeah, it might be an obstacle, like a one, but we have good networking tools. So you go there and meet the director, you meet the person,
Yeah.
you meet this and
You meet the next big thing. You never know.
Right. So So enough time I go up on set, and I meet her, so you come in one class with and say, what you doing this? I know my friends say that, but at least I can say me have a link with that person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like YouTube, when we just started to go up on YouTube, it was very, what do I call it, vague.
What do you mean
No.
vague? You mean like what? They're not giving you tips. You can get tips and learning what not to do and.
Alright, like when watch YouTube, maybe watch 5 hours and you get 5 minutes worth of information. Months. I say it's something where you have to be watching a ton of it to get, and the people are repeating the same thing over. You go this channel and this channel and the same thing, you see them repeat over and over. So most of it repetitive. And to be honest with you, I'm going to go up on YouTube and I look at some people work. Them work look average. I don't let me see him and say, yo, this man I do some top class work. So yes, I wonder if really take some man advice. Him really look on a level.
Alright, that's me. This is the important part of the whole thing. To me, you need to start. What should you need to get to start as a beginner? What is things that you need is you're being very vague. What do you mean camera?
What you mean?
What you mean camera? What you mean camera? What you mean by that?
A camera, bro.
Like when you camera is like it's a food. It can be anything.
No,
when even be more specific.
No. I must say camera. I know the same thing.
Alright, to be honest with you, when I say camera, you need something where ready to go now. Something you can use right at this minute. And I go back to the bread and butter and the camera business. Canon. The bread and butter are the, when you're hungry, you look at bread and butter.
Alright, let us say, let us say hold on. You make it sound like Canon is a cheap brand? What is it?
It's
what is it?
it's
Let's start dollars. Starting right now. We're getting right now. Somebody sit down right now and then come to you and say, I want to start now.
All right, what do you want to show?
I don't care.
No,
recommendation.
Hold on.
Whoa, what recommendation? Somebody come to you right now. Hold on. Somebody come to you. Somebody come to you right now and say, we're going to ask. Somebody check it right now. Don't know nothing more video except on them phone and then looking to move up. What are the first questions you ask and what would you recommend?
Perfect. All right. First instinct is to ask what you're shooting, what you plan to shoot, what you like for shoot. Have an understanding of what they're looking to capture, right? Automatically, before even asking that question, you know that any camera they're going to get, they need to start a focus.
That may I say, oh, you skip autofocus and talk about what
you skip. I still don't know what they want for shoot.
Autofocus, man.
I never skip it. Autofocus. Autofocus is automatic.
But no, yes, go back, recommend. Give me the thing now, you recommend. What are the questions?
Skip anything when I have autofocus.
What are the questions? What's the questions?
Skip any camera with
Let's ask the questions.
Skip anything when I have autofocus.
Autofocus.
What that mean?
Skip anything when I have autofocus.
What does that mean by skip anything?
Any camera that
we're being specific, they don't know that. What would you tell them? What would you tell them to go and buy first thing right now?
I told that camera.
First purchase. First purchase.
All right, my first purchase, will I say? Buy a 70 D. First purchase. 70 D minimum.
And
get a nice camera lens.
Would I never recommend a mirrorless right now?
What would you recommend?
Mad this that. Would I never recommend a DSLR right now?
You mad?
Never. But
I'm telling you.
Never.
Oh,
never.
Listen.
Never.
Don't you violate. You see when the man
Never.
pull a lens cap and just get up on a
Never.
sensor, what am I going to manage?
Hold on.
How am I going to manage?
Oh, Master.
I'm beginning to listen.
Oh, Master. We're talking.
Ever.
Give us specific. Hold on. 70 D. Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Ever.
70 D.
Ever, bro.
70 D. Hold on.
Ever.
Hold on a second. 70 D.
You take a lift.
Hold on.
So you take a lift on the camera. The lens not come off the camera, not there.
Let's don't even put it
Hold
on the
on
camera.
Hold on a minute. Let me ask you a question.
Wait, what?
Him say 70 D. Hold on. Him say 70
The
D.
sensor easy for change than for
70 D. Hold on a minute.
Yeah? So you have to move the mirror though.
For clean?
Who's
But you have to move the mirror.
You don't tell me the camera when you recommend.
Well,
70 D. What is a Canon 70 D?
Alright, a Canon 70D would have been like, let's put it in a car there. Right? That would have been like a mid-level Corolla.
A Corolla can be a luxury vehicle with no people.
Yeah.
What is
But Toyota expensive now, so what are them about?
All right, let us say you're buying it. What you recommend? We're going back to you this.
Brother, it come down to specs and money what them have.
We're not talking about that. We're talking. Somebody come to you right now. What would you recommend
No,
to start with?
no, you can't tell me
All
how you
right,
got to
hold
talk
on,
to them.
hold on.
Them
Yeah,
need to tell me what them want,
They
do,
will
and
tell
how
you-
much money
you
them
ask
have.
you, we don't reach the money part.
No,
What would you recommend?
me can't recommend nothing without
No,
that.
them mother, them father, them friend, them invest some money, and them ask
How
you,
much money
If
them
it's
have?
me, it's a 70D or a 80D with a Tamron 16mm.
Tamron, what is Tamron? A tambourine, what is it? What do you mean by Tamron?
Alright, it's a type of, it's a brand of
The
lens.
brand that does
Brands
lens.
of lens.
Okay, let us ask you now.
Oh, Samyang.
The tough
Yeah,
question,
man,
the tough
I'm
question
similar.
is, how much does a 70D cost? New versus used. And we're going with you there, sir. You need to tell us what camera you recommend and what would the cost range be like.
Tell you about the
Now we need to
principle them
talk
have already.
Alright. A Canon with a nice lens.
New.
New. Maybe 1800. About 1800 US.
1800 US.
Yeah, about that.
So we're about 300, we're about nearly 270,000.
Yeah, man, about that.
And
Used now.
yes,
Used.
that is new.
New. Used would be more like maybe 120. About 120 with a lens, a nice.
So 120,000.
Yeah.
That includes the Tamron lens, whatever.
Yeah, camera lens with a lens.
No, that is for a starter.
Yeah.
What would you recommend?
Alright, so if them interested in about photography and videography, a hybrid camera is what I would recommend.
On the hybrid medium.
Hold on,
And the Canon
hold
and
on.
hybrid.
Yeah. Anyway.
You don't take photos of?
Anyway.
You don't take photos of?
What are the feelings? Talk it out, go there. How much-
Feelings to that?
how much it go?
I'm good. Alright.
All right, what do you mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Hybrid. Hybrid means it does about both photos and videos. But it not specialize in either.
What brand, what camera? You tell me the camera. and
Calm
all
down, you're not gonna make me choose, I'm gonna choose. So back to what I say. If it's that we're doing, if it's
politics, you know, go spin the
yeah.
politics.
No, you can't tell me for pick up and pick
Don't
better.
spin the politics.
Better you can't tell me for pick
We're
up.
asking for the
Anyway,
recommended.
anyway.
We're recommending. We're recommending.
Anyway,
It's your recommendation.
Anyway, come here, give them proper recommendation.
Yes.
Alright, so hybrid, we look for spend about 900 to 15,000 US, right?
900 to 15,000 US.
$900
That's
to
over 1,500 or 15,000.
1500.
So you got $1 million
Yeah,
while ago.
that was crazy. That was crazy.
You got $1 million while ago for
Yo,
a
that
camera.
was crazy. Yeah, man. Mix up a numbers that man. 1500 US, right?
So we're at 200.
$900.
So so you're going from 140 to about 220,000
Yeah.
for a beginner to spend on a camera.
That include lens?
Is that new, by the way?
They include lens?
It might.
So that is new
Might
or
include.
used?
New.
Where would you find that camera?
Where would I find a camera of that price?
Yes.
I mean, can I get it on the official website? Them?
Official website like what?
Alright, so Sony just released one camera with the cover that. I can't remember the name.
ZV thing?
One.
And a ZV thing.
No man, they released one like this week.
A ZV they released this week, huh?
Yeah, but you left out the other part side. So it's very specific, and not just ZV is the number. But alright, I'm not go into that. You have
Kind of last one I talk about money now.
the model, that was the model.
Money we're talking about. You know, we're
That
talking
was the
about,
model.
This is
Hold
a
on now.
beginner. Remember, we're talking about a beginner. Spending
Yeah.
them first money.
Listen. I already expressed the phone, and you said them need for them a move from that go up now. So if them already a move from a phone go upward, them serious about doing this as work, and money is going to have to be spent at that point. No camera now drop off a tree. So you have the Sony A67000. You have that's a mirrorless lens. You have the Canon R7. The 7 better than the 10, right? The R7.
No, I have a 10. The 10 is 10 cheaper.
Yeah, but the 10 has some limitation. But if the 10 in your budget, work with the 10. So you have the R10.
What's the cost for the 7?
It's within the price range I'm going to give you.
Between 13 and 15 days.
Yeah, within the price range.
That is new.
Yeah, man, new. This is new.
Okay.
You have
So you said the new one. So you said the new one cheaper than the used one?
No man, they're cut lens.
no, the most lens you might get for some of them is the kit ones.
What's a kit lens?
Hold on, remember that point, I forgot back into that. I try to remember the other brand them because it's a range of cameras within that space. They might compete with beginners.
Remember say Fuji have a camera, I think it's
True, but would you recommend Fuji to a beginner? Would you recommend? It can be a fun camera, but it requires some more understanding of what you're doing.
That's why I keep telling you, Canon bread and butter.
We're talking about beginners.
Canon is no bread and butter. Canon
Alright, the mac and cheese then. Macaroni and cheese, you like macaroni and cheese?
That full in belly, you're not my belly.
No,
that's
but
full
me
in
tell you
belly.
if you're a beginner, you want a belly full of macaroni and cheese, you can't full of
Beginner
belly.
want belly full.
Yeah,
Beginner
you
want
chicken.
Beginner want lobster.
No, but
They want swims.
But hold on, we're talking about cost factor now. We're talking about somebody spending a money for the first purchase. You're talking about lens, all in one. We're talking about what you're going to need specifically.
You look on battery and everything and
We're not talking about accessories, we're talking the first initial
Alright. So
purchase.
Hold on.
Oh.
Alright, hold on.
Don't avoid. Everybody, don't buy bundles online again. See the thing when I tell you about them a girl, memory card and this and that. No, most of them things they are junk. 90% of the thing they put in a bundle is junk.
True.
If them gear a tripod is junk.
True, but I agree with that. What you need for do is research and contact people, ask them about it before you buy a bundle. Come right?
Most people not tell about it, most people not talk.
Whole heap of bundles have all kind of foolishness in there. Right? What you do with 10 lens cap? Right? You're doing videography, what you doing with a slow memory card? Yep. You get me? All of them stuff here don't make no sense.
Again, we're going back to the initial.
We know that come to the bundles thing.
When I reach, I'm not saying bundles. Let us say a bundle. What we expect in a bundle? Explain that to me. Right now, that's a simple. We are going to the point. The beginner in a bundle. What is going to be in a bundle?
That I tell you. All type of stuff.
Like what is all type of stuff?
Extra battery maybe, cleaning cloth, lens, a cheap tripod.
Yeah.
A light where can't really do nothing. All kind of random stuff for people think might attract persons to buy a bundle. And in those cases,
this is new or used?
No, this I think the new one I'm refer to. Let me tell you, bundles some of the buy would be bundles from the camera company themselves, or what should I say now? People who sell directly from the camera company, because the bundles what them giving you is a lens.
Yeah.
Extra battery. Them important thing there, them must forget.
The beginner starting at 500 hours. So we're going to just, the pros and the cons, we're going to battle it out.
So we're talking about the $500?
Between the Canon, what you would recommend, and a Canon, what you would recommend exactly? I mean, used, new, whatever.
70 days.
For 70, for the 500, and what you can find otherwise. Now, assuming Sony you're going to talk about, but maybe you're talking about something.
Yeah, man.
So the talk about, tell me, give me the specifics. No. Start with Chris. You know, the pros and the cons.
Alright, for one, 4K no then
This is, me remind is a $500 camera, $500 budget.
You asked about cons.
Yes.
You might get a lens, but the lens might not be the best quality. Sharpness wise. If you get a good autofocus lens, call it lucky. Because most people just buy a kit lens and then buy a camera. So most people don't really get a good lens. So if you look and get I'm gonna sell a camera with a good lens, it's a very good buy then. Then probably
you know what is a good lens?
Sharpness, aperture, how low it go, in terms of how much light you let into the camera sensor. The sharpness is one, and I hope you don't have any color shifts on it and so forth. Color shift just means that you will see and you might have some look of purple fringe on the edges of your images and stuff like that. Because Samyang and Tokino are the same real brand, but them have that thing that to say
Rokinan.
Tokino name is similar.
Okay, cool. I know that.
Right, and Samyang. And the same brand, but you know, so one a Japan and one a Chinese, so them gonna market that name just in that name.
Understand.
So you can get that is what you're recommending for the 500 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you still need battery, you still need spare battery and still gonna need memory.
So that so much more that gonna be in all.
Maybe 750.
So you need spare battery, you need memory card.
Yeah, minimum.
Okay. Recommendations will be stated and below what you recommend. What you recommend
About 500 hours?
for 500 hours. You use be specific. We don't want political specific recommendation.
We know just want the chaos in it. Alright, within Sony, I'd recommend that you look at the A63000 and
Good
the A65000.
Good pick.
So-
Good pick.
Move from me say the
Good pick,
Canon.
man, a good pick.
Move from me say the Canon and
A good pick.
move from me say the Canon and
Good pick.
Anyway.
A good pick.
Anyway,
I can't say it.
yeah. We don't believe
You
you.
know, so when I can't feel it.
We don't believe it.
You know, so when I can't feel
We
but
don't believe it.
I don't know,
Actually,
I
when I
don't
can't
know
feel it,
if
when I
it
can't.
can go 5 bills.
Yeah. No man.
That is the part I'm going to ask about.
No, alright, so this is what for going now. It's similar to what you were saying where you might have to look and sit and watch for if something pop up. Because it's within that range, but it's not $500 flat. It might be $585, 500 and something, but not $500 flat, right? If you're looking at those cameras, what I can recommend as a lens is one of the most popular lenses, the first lens that anybody ever gets, the Nifty 50.
No, sir.
Yeah, man.
No, man.
What's Nifty 50?
And Nifty 50?
50
Man, a
millimeter.
crop excellence? No,
1.4.
man, you put the man in a problem, man. A photo alone him can't take with that, brother.
I don't agree.
A photo alone that, man. Nifty 50?
So, yeah, the Nifty
50
50,
millimeter.
50 millimeter, 1.8.
1.8.
Yeah, man.
Nah, man.
When I be talking Spanish to me right now, I don't really know what that
fine,
means,
that's
but
fine.
still.
Who made that again? Who made that brand again?
Yeah.
Who made the Nifty 50 again?
Who name it?
Who make it again?
Depends on the brand, man. Canon have them own, Sony have them own, other brands have them own.
Yeah, but the $50 one I want again. It's a Japanese brand with the $50 one. I think Zoki or something.
Oh no, man. You have the brand them make them 50.
Yeah, but you have the cheap one and the $50 one.
They make the no 50.
Yeah, man.
You
that
mean
one and I want to
young
Young, right.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
Cheap one for me, no.
That's not what I'm talking about. Not that one.
Let me tell you my deal.
Alright, so you can get that if it's in your budget. Hold on. No, you have to allow me. So I'll give him like a time. Moment of silence for the Byrd our teeth in 50.
Jesus Christ. Me a call the name.
Don't call him.
Me a call the name.
No, you don't call him name,
I'm
please.
edit it, I'm going to beep it
Don't
out.
call him name.
Him have to beep it out.
Name.
Don't call him name.
Him name.
Him have
call
to
him
beep
name.
it out.
Me
Don't call
edit
him
it
name.
out.
Him have to get out down there. Yo, make sure you remember to beep that, you know.
I'm crying, man. I'm crying.
Yes.
Alright, so that's not a lens I'd recommend because sometimes the autofocus slow
Yeah.
and it misfocus.
Right.
Things like that. It might make you think the camera is the problem and it might make you think you don't have no sense. Would you recommend that?
One big cap factor.
So we'll get into that. Remind me in a couple seconds. You have the one that's made from Sony, the 50. The reason why I recommend it because you got blown out background at 1.8. Also, it's very reasonable, right? And it will allow you for focus on framing, composition, right? Because the lens, because of the crop factor, because of how the size of the lens, the size of the sensor, it will force you to now move with your foot and really angle yourself to really capture the different shots them what you want to get.
This is the setup, and this is the first thing we're talking about, how to begin and what to start with. So, you can always look below, like, share, subscribe, follow Lando, the BTA specialist, follow Chris Byrd, the director,
Right.
and Roger, the financial bear,
All right.
and this is the setup.